author and speaker. Tell us a little bit about your story, how you got started, and what do you want folks to know?
My story started with high school, just then. I had written for a poetry class, and eventually what people liked, I turned into a hobby. So on my own, just kept it to myself. And I met with a mentor shortly after graduating college to kind of get a ground of what I wanted to do business-wise. At the time, I was like, I'm going to be a veterinarian. By the way, I have my mental health counseling degree, so life takes you in different places. I had talked to him, and we chatted up about different things, different business ventures like clones or maybe clothing, for instance. And I didn't have a solid idea for him. But when I left, before I left, he left me with three things: passion, like, and purpose. And some way, somehow, I came to my conclusion when I was on the train home. I was like, well, I could make a book. And since that thought on, I've decided to pour more into a document of just pure poetry. But over time, with experience, life experiences, for instance, I just decided, okay, I can make some stories. I learned how to make haikus. I'm like, I can make some of those. And I compiled a bunch of things, but they weren't just like, roses are red. But it was more of my life experience and what can that be for somebody else, a lesson or a way of motivation or self-improvement, and so on and so forth. So I was in a program called Breaking Barriers. It was, and we had submissions for a book. So the rundown was, give me this X, Y, and Z, poems, essays, whatever you have. We'll give it to the person that'll be publishing it. She'll work with it. And this was people around the country. So it was me and about like 15 others. And I think I was the only one that really... So take advantage of opportunities. I was the only one from that group that put into it. And it could have been more of us, but, you got to take advantage of opportunities. Eventually, this was like 2019, I think. So about 2022 fall, I believe, we got information back that this book is almost finished and it'll be published in February. This is the person who's doing it. She'll come up to Buffalo within a month or so. Here's a Zoom call. And in the Zoom call, I met her, Alberta Lampkins. She had us all on there for the most part, and talked about what the book entailed and the copyrights and all this other stuff. All the a bit of legal stuff and some of the not so fun sides, kind of boring, but you could be making the money and stuff. And so that was my first book I co-authored. And I remind you, years earlier, I was working on stuff I'm already doing. And it's important to have results when you're going to people so they know what you're about. You're about business, and they're more willing to work with you. She comes up, and I'm like, okay. I go to her. I got this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to get it published. But here's what I'm working with. And she took me under her wing. She taught me everything I needed to know as she was doing the process herself to help me self-publish. And basically took the training wheels off at the publishing part and just told me what to do. And from there, I went on. And over the years, I had and it's a lot of research. It's a lot of searching. It's a lot of grinding. It's a lot of looking, asking folks, trying to connect with people to understand a bit more. And over the years, I've cultivated a bit more in terms of reach and even like the books I have published. I have, including the co-authored one, about 6 now. And just been at it since then. So that was my start to publishing at the time with someone who would, like everybody else here, I think at some point there was an opportunity where you were like, okay, it's right here. I have to go after it. And then this is where we are now. And sometimes other people do the opposite. They kind of shy away, and then I'd be still talking about the book I want to make and the manuscript I have since 2018. So that's a bit of my journey.
Great. Great. I love how, it all came about, like you said, because of a mentor that you got. And I found Dorian on LinkedIn, and I think it had maybe a link to your website and stuff so you could see what else, what he's written.